Hey, if your guitar is stressing you out instead of calming you down, you're doing something wrong. Most guys got the same idea at first. Let's pick up the guitar and relax. Then it doesn't take long until they quit because they're not making the progress that they wanted to make. You know, faster fingers, perfect songs, endless tutorials. Well, I said it before and I'll say it again. You don't need more information. You need consistent information from somebody you can connect with. In this video, I'll give you a few seconds here of my backstory, but then we'll get into some strategies that you can use to keep this thing going, to reframe it, if you will. One of the reasons I'm sticking with guitar and have for all these years is because I use it as a wellness mechanism. It helps me calm down. I didn't pick up the guitar to get good at music. I picked it up because my mind wouldn't stop racing. Then eventually I started to learn little tips, tricks, and strategies. And I started to emulate my favorite bands. A little Sublime for you there. There's an Ibanez in the background there. I got that guitar because I wanted to be like Bradley Noel from Sublime. This is an Eric Wilson riff from Pawn Shop. By the way, I didn't look up the tab. I just started kind of playing with the box breathing. You know, if you saw my other video about finding the box and then tie it into breathing, that's the bridge from guitar to wellness. I need to chill, I need to de-escalate, I need to find calm, and I was doing that through box breathing. I also like playing guitar. So I'm using the metaphor of the shape of a box, 1, 2, 3, 4, like a box, 4 corners, and you can use that same concept with box breathing, 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. Just by doing that and just trying to find a state of calm, I started to discover. But hey, you can find lots of riffs by just playing with that box pattern, okay? Let's get back into this point of this video though. Here's the truth. This isn't supposed to be a grind. It's something you go to when you need an escape route, you know, a chance to recalibrate, regrip. There's all kinds of medical research about how de-escalating and finding a natural way to achieve calm is so good for your health. We can go even deeper than that too. There's a doctor, I'll try to find a video clip of him and I'll put it in a B-roll here.
And the more stress you have, there's another structure. I mean, the information is just coming in all the time. It's hard to even keep up with it. There's a structure called telomeres. Telomeres are structures at the end of your chromosomes, like the shoelace has a glue at the end to keep the strands together. Telomeres keep the chromosome together. Telomeres shorten with stress. They also shorten with age.
And he's an old doctor, medical doctor, and he talks about how if there's one thing he could do over again in his practice, it would be to teach people the connection between stress, poor coping mechanisms regarding that stress, and overall disease. Try this with me. Grab your guitar and take a deep, slow breath in. Find your favorite chord, or it could be your favorite note. I'm going to use the G chord, but it could be a G note. And as you exhale, play that note or strum that chord. If you listen close enough, you can hear the strings vibrating. And you can tune your breath and your own rhythm to that. That's called harmony, my friends. And if you're often anxious, ill, you feel like something's wrong all the time, there's a good chance you're out of harmony. Now, this isn't going to fix all of your problems, but it's going to give you moments of clarity and moments of peace. What else do you want? Don't rush. Don't try to make it perfect. Just strum it and breathe. And this is how I turn my guitar into a daily stress reliever. It's my tool. It's how I tune in to wellness. You know, I've worked with over 20,000 students. young kids, middle school age. And that's a big number, and that doesn't matter the number of people I've worked with. But what does matter is the small number of commonality amongst those that aren't doing so well. And the common theme is a lack of a healthy coping mechanism. Could be unresolved trauma, could be learned behavior, could be many things. So I'm going to close off this video with 2 messages. One of them is that this shouldn't be causing more stress. If it is, you're doing something wrong. You can find me online. You can hire me as your coach. It does cost money because it's valuable. I transformed from somebody that was anxious, angry, irritable, not good to be around, to somebody that has discovered peace and serenity for the most part, purpose, wellness. You can transform. Newsflash, you can change. How do I know this? Because I did it, and I thought that it was impossible. And to realize that it's not impossible is pretty special. And the second message I would leave you with, you just got to keep going. You got to come back often. If you start to screw up and it's starting to cause frustration, then, you can slow down and look exactly at the part that you're goofing up on, as far as like chord formation or finger positioning. You look at that part exactly, and then you chop that part up into like smaller steps. In my case, I always seem to miss a couple strings in here. I muffle. I'm kind of like taking my eye off of stuff when I'm like finger picking. And I muffle those strings. It'd be the 4th and the 3rd string. I had to slow down, do my breathing, and find out exactly where I was muffling. Turns out my hand position wasn't where it needed to be. Slow down and stay with it. There's no value in racing. There's nowhere to go but here. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you in the next one.